Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope you're having an amazing Thursday. I'm excited to be with you and be with you for your host today. My name is Drew Bride, head of product and design here at GrowthDay, and welcome to this growth group on how to use. Super excited because every week we're sharing tips, tricks, best practices, and we're also sharing some behind the scenes looks at some of the things that are up and coming inside the app. So, thank you so much for taking the time out of your morning to be here with me today. If this is also your evening here, this is your afternoon, depending where you're tuning in from around the world, then let us know in the chat just so we can get to know you, get to know your community, get to know your peers. Now, as we go through this entire workshop, you're going to be probably having a lot of questions, which is totally fine. If you have questions, please feel free to put them into the chat over on your what's going to be on your right, and we'll just try to tackle those throughout the day. I got one of my teammates inside the chat too. Lauren here is going to help you out if you have any questions, and then we'll just knock them out as we go. We'll answer all your questions. And I also have the mobile app open on my phone so that I'll be able to bring it up too and just walk you through the end to end product experience. But just to get into the mode of learning today, get in the mode of growth grouping, let me just go through the agenda for today real quick. I have a keynote that I'm going to walk you through, talk about the growth loop. If you haven't heard the growth loop before, this is like four very basic things that I want to help you drive home today, just to help when you're coming to growth day, you're thinking like, what do I do? What should I do? I have all this content, I have this training, I have this community, but what's a simple framework that I can follow just to make sure that I'm getting the most out of it? So we'll knock that out today. You're also going to have a chance to take notes here in this growth group while you go. You could also browse any of the product while you're in this growth group. It will just continue to work. You can just do that as well. I'm also going to give you a little bit of homework because we're about to finish this month. And tomorrow we have a live event, which I also wanted to make sure that you're tuned in for. Make sure you RSVP to this. It's going to be a really exceptional day tomorrow with Ed Milet and Brendan Burchard going live in Growth Day LA. So that's going to be really fun. And then I also want to share a couple other things that are coming very soon from a product feature perspective. So that's what we're going to do today. And we're going to answer any of your questions. I will not leave today until we get all your questions answered. So thanks for being here and let's get this show on the road. So I'm going to share my screen right now. We're going to dive into this keynote and there we go. All right, fantastic. So let's kick this off. The first thing that I do want to, here we go, just walk you through is just talking about our growth system that we have here at Growth Day. Now, I know that you are about to get a plethora of tools and resources. So just take it all in. I'm recording the session. You can always ask questions later if you end up needing to bounce or go somewhere else or do something else. But since you're here, since you're present with me today, I'm just going to take some time talking about the growth systems. And I am going to post this in the community later. So in case you do have further questions or you want to watch any of the past replays that we've done inside of this show, inside of this series, then you can go to the community and search my name, Drew Bridewell, and you can get any of the past content. It's got people from Texas and UK and California. This is great. Keep just hammering the chat if you have any questions. So the first thing that we'll start with our growth system is the journal, right? We have a journal for you, which is one of our most popular features because of the high performance prompts that are in there. Now, there's all sorts of different ways that you can journal, whether it's with the old high performance planner, with the other journals that are out there. But the things that Growth Days journal has is the journal prompts that we've carefully curated through our high performance research. And I just want you to know that this is 100% private when you go into your journal. It's only for you, unless you want to share what you're reflecting on, which you can always do in the community. Another thing that we have in your experience is the growth group experience. Now, you're in a growth group right now. I'm hosting this growth group as a host, but you could even host your own growth groups if you want to talk about anything that's really exciting to you or something that you're learning or something that you're growing in. You have the ability to tap into your growth groups. Another thing that you have is the challenges. There's 5-day challenges. Two of them are by Brendan Burchard, one of them are by Mel Robbins, and the other one's by Anthony Trucks and some of our coaches in the system. Now, these challenges are 5-day challenges. They're very immersive. You're going to be doing journals, you'll be doing plans, you'll be connecting with the community, you'll be sharing things. Like, this is what the social learning experience is all about with challenges. So I want you to be able to tap into those if you haven't yet done it. Now, if you've already went through it, no worries. You can actually go through these again. And if you start it and you realize, oh wow, I missed 4 days out of the challenge, you can always retake it. And you'll learn that there's also bronze, silver, and gold achievements as you go through those as well. So I think you're gonna like those as well. It's pretty good stuff. Then we have the life scores are assessments. They are daily, weekly, and whole life assessments. So you can take those every day. You can take those every week. And I'll share throughout today, like how I typically use life scores. But really, the most important thing you can know is that life scores aren't there to make you feel bad if you get a low score. They're there to help you benchmark. They're there to help you see where you're currently at across our high performance habits. And then you can get a recommended video at the end of those life scores. You can always come back to those suggested videos at a later date in case you don't have time to watch, but they're there for you every single day and getting recommendations every day. So those are for you too. And it's really simple as far as scoring yourself. It could take you like a minute or two to go through a full daily life score. And the weekly takes a little bit longer because there's more questions. And then the whole life assessment also is going to take you probably a couple minutes to go through. So it's not a huge amount of effort for you to be able to go and do these live scores and then also get recommended videos. And the cool thing about this, as you do it throughout the entire year, you'll be able to see your trend lines of how you're doing across the board. So you can see, oh, yeah, maybe this month you had a lower score, or you could say, this month I've been crushing it. And I can actually see that. Now I know why, because I've been journaling about it. I'm more aware, I'm more intentional about the things that I'm taking on. And you'll be able to do that with life scores. We also have an incredible dashboard that is your one-stop shop to see all your aggregated growth day data and growth day content that you've been participating in, you've been doing challenges and planning and journaling. All that's going to be showing up on your dashboard. We also have the plan tool to be able to have those daily plans, those routines, those rituals, those systems that you want to design. You can design those in the plan and you can be on your way. I have some plans that I'm going to share with you today just to give you some ideas on how you could potentially use it if you haven't yet already done so. And you can transcribe, just so you know, we will talk about that. And I'll give you an example of how you can transcribe just by clicking the dictation on your phone. And you can start just getting those journaling way faster. And we'll journal together today too. There's also the Daily Fire. If you haven't yet checked out the Daily Fire, this is a daily motivational message from Brendan. And this is just a way to keep you motivated, to keep you keeping that conversation going in personal development. Every day there's a new conversation happening, and Brendan's leading the charge for this. So check these out. And we're going to be bringing some other really fun social engagement experiences to the product too that are going to help amplify all of these features and these experiences. We have the high performance course and our courses in general. These courses, just so you know, if you tap into any course in the platform, they have timestamp notes. You can share, you can earn certificates of completion, and you can also see those certificates on your growth profile. So as you complete a course, you can actually download the certificate, print it out, put it up in your room, or you can actually share it on social media. You can share it on like LinkedIn. You could also share it in other places. So courses are a way, if you have ever used a tool like lynda.com or Masterclass or even YouTube, we have a very rich learning experience for you to be able to watch those courses on demand as you go. But those do require a mastery membership. And if you are pro membership, or if you were in our early beta launch, you will probably have access to the high performance habit builder course, which is the featured course that shows up when you first go to the courses section in the learn pillar. This is a really powerful course because it teaches you the foundations and the fundamentals of high performance habits. And Brendan goes super deep into each of those categories and topics so that you can go get super immersive. What does it mean to practice high performance habits? And working through each of those is a really powerful thing to do. And as we keep going here, we also have the learn experience where you can see growth groups, which is how you probably found this experience. You also have the growth groups that you can host with other strivers, like that are all inside the group. And then there's the learning experience and that's the little view of the habit builder course. So that's your growth system, right? You have all these things at your disposal, but sometimes we are like, if you have all these things, what's a simple framework that you can follow to help you stay on track? Now, if you haven't yet checked out the Sunday growth notes, every single Sunday, Brennan's sending out these growth notes that has a summary of all the things that are happening inside the community. So what you can do is you can actually check this out and practice these things. The first one that we want to practice is, I'm going to skip my clicker here, is gaining awareness. Now, the tool is going to really help you gain awareness because if you're journaling, if you're life scoring, and you're basically tapping into and you're observing more of the things around you. And that's what the journal is all about. So, we're going to help you with gaining awareness through journaling and through life scoring. We also want to be able to help you achieve goals. So, that's why the plan tool was invented because we want to be able to track our plan and our experiences there. The plan experience too, just so you know, is important because you don't just want to say you're going to do something. You want to be able to track it. And what we've learned too from achieving goals is if it's not written down, it's going to be harder for you to actually achieve. It's going to be harder for you to keep awareness of what it is you're trying to achieve. So capture those goals, create those checklists, set those deadlines and those due dates. Those are super important to do on a regular basis. Even if it's just like only something that you would understand if you're looking at your journal or your plan, that's completely fine too. And as you'll see some of my examples later, there's no right or wrong way to use the journal or no right or wrong way to use the plan. The idea is like you're bringing that intention into the platform, and that's just an important part of this part of the process. Just reading the comments here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So another thing that we want to be able to do is measure progress. We measure progress with life scores, and that's just those assessments that you can do on a regular basis. Really important to benchmark. So there's a stake in the sand for where you're currently at, so you know where you want to go. If you're at a 60 or 70% in your life score, and you want to get to 80 or 90%, the life scores will be able to help you track that and be able to get to that point. Then the last thing that we need to do in our growth loops is staying motivated. We have the daily fire, we have the Monday motivation, we have a lot of other content inside the platform to help you stay motivated. And even if you're not a paying member yet, you can still listen to a lot of the coaches' content on YouTube, on Spotify, and you can like listen to these coaches in their language. But then when you're ready to take it to the next level, sign up for a pro or mastery membership so you can really get immersed into the content ecosystem. So we have all these growth loops, right? But let's dive in a little bit deeper into what this actually is. So when we're gaining awareness around the journal, right, we have these journal prompts that are going to be able to support you. And the life scores are also going to be able to support you. Now, like I was saying earlier, those journal prompts that we have inside the journal, you can click those as many times as you want to keep generating new journal prompts if you get the growth prompts one. But morning mindset, evening review, these are all taken from the high performance planner that we have on Amazon. And this is if you really like the analog version, writing out and filling things out, you still have that option to be able to buy that on Amazon. But the thing is, you don't have to buy it because we built all those things into the tool. And it's just another way for you to get the most out of there. Awesome. So if we keep moving through this content, we have achieving goals, right? We talked about the plan tool. I cannot wait to show you some of the ways that we've been using the plan tool. And you might be thinking like, yeah, I got all these other tools to be able to plan. I would say you might not have inside those tools where you set your intention, where you plan those intentional things that you want to do, like your personal morning routine, your evening routine, maybe what you do every day or every week. You have certain routines and rituals that you create your company or in your business or in your personal, life. You can organize that intention inside of the plan tool, and then you can set reminders so you're always getting reminded about those things until it becomes muscle memory. Now, I was an athlete growing up and playing baseball and football and wrestling. It was so important to shadow, it's almost like shadow boxing or shadow moves. You do the things over and over until it becomes a part of you. And I think when you're thinking about restarting a new habit or restarting a new plan, this is where you're going to be able to help really amplify that and move it way forward faster because you're practicing it. And this week actually is all about practice. We have a lot of training happening in the platform this week and coming in finishing February strong. Now we're stepping into our last month of Q1 and we're really trying to improve and level up. And I'm just glad that you're here to be able to support you doing that. And we're going to dive into some examples of how to do that too. So the other one that we were talking about was measuring progress, right? That's like all about the life scores, trying to do those benchmarks. And I'll show you an advanced view of this so you can also see that. And the last one about staying motivated. We stay motivated through growth groups like this, through courses, through our life challenges through the daily fire and also through the community. So all of these opportunities for you, if you're feeling stuck or you're feeling unmotivated or feeling stagnated, come back to the tool and tap back into the daily fire or any of these other topics. We're here for you. Also, we do have a podcast network. If you haven't heard, Growth Day Podcast Network is featuring Lori Harder, Trent Shelton. We got Natalie Ellis from the Boss Babes. And then we also even have Lisa Bilyeu with Impact Theory. And this is a part of our podcast network. So you can go and listen to their podcasts to support them, but know that they're coaching in the platform. So you can also still see all the past replays from these coaches too. And then if you want to take it even to that next level as well, we have for our mastery members, we have these master classes from our past topics around relationships and boundary setting, mindset and resilience. And there's another 15 other ones that we released in the last year. So when you really want to go deep and see about 7 or 8 different perspectives about a specific topic, then we have that for you too. So you can get that diversified learning up here in the platform. And something else that we had done from a tradition since we've been at Growth Day is we've had these Wednesday workshops. Now, these Wednesday workshops are live events or they're live watch parties. Now, this upcoming month, we have a very exciting lineup of live workshops coming. We'll have, I think, one watch party, and then the rest of the month is all live sessions. So if you're a pro member, then you can join these live sessions and meet some of our celebrity coaches, these incredible coaches teaching really rich content. And our next month's topic is very exciting. I want to encourage you to tune in for these because after you actually tune in, if you missed it, you can go back in and watch the replays, sort by the topic or the coach, and then go back in and watch those. Because sometimes, obviously, not everybody, if you're working on a Wednesday at 10 a.m., then you might not be able to catch it. But if you're a pro member, you can get those replays just in the next day. Let's go. Yeah, it's going to be super fun. Yeah, I've seen some in I'm super excited for tomorrow as well. It's going to be a really exciting day. There's just a really cool curriculum that Brennan has in store for you. All right, so we have our coaches, our huge platform of coaches. We have our community, we have our podcast, we have our platform and our growth systems. All of these are there to be able to support you in your growth. So let's just dive into this with questions. And I want to actually show my screen and walk you through the app and what it actually looks like. So here I'm going to stop sharing my presentation. And then now you see me with my phone right to the left of me. So I'm going to look at the comments just real quick, but I just want you to just open up your phone with me right now. If you all have the app installed on your phone, go download it. If you don't, if you're just on the web right now too, then just go to your dashboard and we're going to walk through this setup. Now, if this is your very first day inside of Growth Day, can you please put that in the chat too? So I'm going to be talking to you. I'm going to be supporting you through this as well. And thanks, Lauren, for all the great notes so far. Lauren's doing an awesome job with these notes. And yeah, super clear. All right. So let's break down the dashboard. Now, currently on the dashboard, and this is the current mobile experience, and we're working on a really cool new dashboard for you that will be rolling out later this summer. And it's a really exciting thing. But on the dashboard today, you can listen to the Daily Fire just by clicking play. And that can basically tap into the daily fire right away. After you finish your daily fire, there's going to be a message for you. So be sure to finish the full daily fire so you can see Brennan's message at the end. And then inside of this dashboard, we break it down by categories. We have the daily fire. Then we have what we call the hero carousel. This is going to have the latest and greatest things that you can tap into. RSVPing for tomorrow's session. If you haven't yet done that, you can just do that real quick. Just tap on that icon, and then you can make sure that you RSVP. So I've already RSVP'd. So now I can see that. So as the questions keep coming in, okay. Thanks, River. Thanks for this is your first week. You start on Tuesday. Awesome. All right. Thanks, Lene. Thanks, Leslie, for your questions. So if this is your first week too, it's important to know that you can claim a group coaching session. So this is really cool, and not everybody takes advantage of this. And I got to be honest with you, I took advantage of this before Growth Day even started. I was working at Facebook. I was working in product and people performance tools. I was a performance designer helping grow the people performance inside of the Facebook team. So I worked there and I was really excited to level up my skills and to get executive coaching and growth. So I actually was looking for coaching. And I came across this certified high performance coaching, and this was actually Brendan's network. This was the growth network. And I ended up connecting and going through this. And I went through and I hired a one to one coach. So I got 16 weeks, I got a one to one coach, and they worked with me every single Monday. It was fantastic. This right here, you can tap into just experiencing it for free for a group coaching session just by following these steps and going through and signing up for a time, and you can actually experience what that feels like. What it did for me was it helped increase my intentionality, it helped increase my clarity, it helped increase my high performance habits that I work on every single day. But it also was just nice having support and having somebody working for me to help me achieve my dreams faster. And that's exactly what they do. So I would encourage you all to check that out. Okay. Awesome. Thanks, Janet, for following up there. So I'm going to come back. All right. So I'm here. So this is the hero carousel. We're constantly updating this. We'll be updating it more and more like every week, but there you go. There's also this featured section. The featured section is showing on Mondays, it's Monday Motivation. Today, it's showing you a little promo about Growth Day LA, which we have an event tomorrow. So if you haven't really checked out Growth Day LA, then I think you're in for a treat because you can actually get tickets to go and experience this live, meet our staff, meet us in person. I'll be there actually in the May events. I'm pumped about that. It's just such a fun experience. And maybe we can even meet in person one day at the Growth Day LA session. So tomorrow, this will be happening, and Ed Milet and Brendan Bashar will be going live talking about Growth Day and talking about some pretty awesome stuff. There's a question in the chat about does the daily fire actually record now, or is it every day? Or can you go in the past days? Right now, you can't go back. It's like an Instagram story where it's only up for that day because every day there's a new daily fire. Every day there's a new daily fire. It doesn't last. However, there are notes that our team posts inside the community so you can see what the previous daily fire was about if you missed it. So you can always go back in the community and scroll down and find one of our team members, and Sherry from our team typically is writing this out. But some days she might be traveling, something so she doesn't do it. But I'd encourage you to check out that in the community. So, how soon in advance should you get your ticket to your live event? I probably won't be able to do it until next year, but I'm a planner. So, I think you do have to claim your ticket within the email instructions. It does say like how soon you should claim your ticket. So, if you haven't yet done that, just follow the instructions from when you first signed up in the email and go book your trip. And we're starting to, I think next year we're going to be back in Growth Day Austin. So last year we had a Austin event, we had a coaching summit, and we also had a Growth Day Austin event, which was like a big giant conference for our team and our company. And I think that's also dates and things, those things will come out and we post those, and you just keep a heads up in your emails and also see them here in the Hero Carousel. And then we'll keep you informed about it. So as we keep moving down the page, we have like our life scores, which you can just do a quick life score assessment. So when we're talking about how fast you can do this, it's literally a minute. So I'm just going to swipe through these. I'm not going to answer them today because I typically do this at 7, 8, 9 p.m. before I put my phone away for the evening. And I don't want to touch my phone for the rest of I don't sleep with my phone. I do my score, I do my journal, and then I drop my phone off. But you can go through these cards and actually just score them really quick, 1 to 5, one being low, and then 5 being high, meaning you're doing pretty good at this. And then you score these things. After you score these things, you actually get a really nice, or it's actually exit this, and then I'm going to click suggestions. So you'll after you score, you'll get suggestions, which you can just click the suggestions, and then you'll be able to just keep practicing and keep learning as you go, which is really nice. Seemed like Wendy went to the Austin event, so we might have even seen each other there. That's awesome. Yeah, the Austin event is next level, but the LA event is in this incredible theater. It's in the Alex Theater, and this theater was some of the Disney team when they were first back in the day in LA. They were there, and they're just creating so many incredible minds, incredible creativity was in that theater. So, if you really want to check out what that looks like, check this featured video out right here, and go check out this trailer of what it's like being at that event. It's so inspiring. And I think you might be able to hear it now. I don't know if it's coming through, but it's so much fun. And it just fires me up every time Brennan hits the stage. It's an incredible show. So along the homepage, there's also different upcoming workshops. So if you haven't RSVP'd or if you've RSVP'd, you'll see your upcoming workshops here. And then if you're hosting any events, you'll also see some of your. So I'm hosting like a high performance product and design workshop, so I can see those in my groups. So it's really easy to manage and to see. There's also all the past replays. So if you're a pro member or a master member, you'll have access to watch some of the past replays. And then there's the video courses. You have journal prompts at the bottom. So if you don't like necessarily what you're seeing, you can always just swipe through and write. And even if I was to go into those prompts, you can click growth prompts and just keep cycling through different prompts. So at the first of the month, we're always live. So just stay tuned to the sessions and just RSVP. But you have the journals, then you also have the plans. So I have different plans that I've created. You can see a snippet of the last three that I've created. You have challenges if you've RSVP'd to challenges and recommendations. So the dashboard has quite a bit, but it's all your aggregated content. But let's just say you want to dive super deep. You just started your account. You want to get up and going. The first place that I would start is actually with your growth profile, because I think it's so important to be able to set the intention of what you want to get out of the tool. Now, we have a whole group here, right? So you all are highly intentional people. You've come here because you want to see what else you can get out of this tool. You're paying for it. And you're actually like, you're awesome. You're awesome for being here. So let's make sure we get the most out of this today by just starting with the profile. Now, you can do this on web or mobile. So when you come into the experience, what you can do is you can add your identity, your social identity here. But even though this is all private right now, nobody can see this, but we are going to be introducing social learning features this year. What that means is we'll be able to, if you want to be found, if you want to connect with other people on the platform, you'll have the ability to be able to turn that on so that you can network with people and you can have a great growth network. So in here, I have my profile, I have my email, I have actually right here, I have this view of the big why. So as you come into the product, you can also define what your big why is. So you can come in here and add. And for me, first, I want to learn my first goal and primary objective of using the app is to, and using being a part of Growth Day, being a member of Growth Day, is that I want to learn how to take care of my mind, my body, and my spirit. I want to practice that. That's always going to be on. I also added in there, like, I want to support the people I love, the team I strive with, and the outcomes I'm shooting for. I want to accelerate and advance people in achieving their goals, dreams, and ambitions, and building loving and supporting family environment. I want to develop high performing teams and environments, and I want to support, elevate, and empower the youth in product design. That's who I am. Like, you just got to know me just a little bit by me walking through this. I want you today to actually go. That's some of your homework. I want you to go in and fill out your big why in your profile. And remember that whenever you're feeling a little like detached from it, or whether you're feeling like you don't have, in Brennan's terms, in the high performance terms, necessity about why you do what you do, and those that driving energy that really fires you up to actually do the things that you need to do. Go into your growth profile, set up your big why, set up your focus areas, and then come in here, add a few goals of stuff that you want to work towards in, say, March, and then go in there and start tracking them, start working towards them. Because these are your high level life goals, right? You're going to use your plan tool to be able to do your routines, your morning routines, your objectives, the things that you want to tackle. But just so you know, as you complete things in the product, you're also going to have the ability to have access to your achievements. The achievements are like those daily journal streaks. I'm like working towards a 60-day journal streak right now. Oh my gosh. And 60-day life scores. I'm on my way. I'm on 35 out of 60. I'm going to really try not to miss. I'm earning coins through doing this. In the future, we'll be able to have a redemption way of you getting something for earning coins inside of Growth Day. Whether we send you some swag, we send you some other things that we package up for you. Those are going to be surprises. So we're going to be working towards that, which I think you all will love that too. So two questions really quick while I'm in here. Are these tools available only once you upgrade your membership? So it depends on what your membership is, Lydia, if you wouldn't mind just sharing. If you're a pro member, then you Well, actually, yeah, all the tools, you do need to have a subscription to use that. However, if you're a light member and you just came in and you haven't signed up for a subscription, you can still take the challenges for some of the challenges for free and you can test it out and experience it. You can try seeing if you like using the tools. But if you want to use the tools, you do have to upgrade to a pro membership to be able to use the tools. Oh, so when it comes to adding life, so there's goals here on the profile. So these are like life goals, but there's also a plan tool. Like the plan tool is where you're going to be able to go super deep. But the life goals are like around your profile. Like I have one in here is like build and buy a home. I have one in here like relationship building. I have one for my wife, whereas Jamie's goals. So I just have all of our goals listed. I had this open. I'm like talking to my wife. I'm like, what is your goal? I have adventure goals, different projects and different things that I've completed and just checking some of these off that I've already done. I haven't checked them off. Masterclass, design it. I want to release a book this year. And there's just a lot of things that you can put in here, and it's very centralized and focused. Now, could go also to my achievements, like I was saying, and show you my badges. I could click on a badge that I earned and go in and actually see that in the challenges. Here, let me come back here. Sorry about that. But it's all linked up together. So I have my achievements, and then I also have my notes. So the notes are also aggregated. So every note that you take in the platform is going to show up here. So I've already started taking notes from my session for how to use GrowthDay this week. I could click into that and now I see my notes. You have your notes over on the left sidebar. You can easily click those as well. And you're in business. So you have your notes no matter where you are. For live events, growth groups, challenges, courses, they all show up in one place. And so, Jeanette, when you're looking for your goals or looking how to get to this page on mobile, you can click profile. This is your growth profile, and that will take you here. And then you can add your goals there if you're on mobile phone. And it says add new goal here. So I can just add a new goal and write it out. So if I have a goal, let's see, what's a big goal that I want to do? Run a marathon in Napa, California. This is, oh, there's just auto dictating there. I have this goal that I want to run a, oh, now I need to turn off my dictation. I have this goal and I want to be able to save this. I'd create this and now it's showing there. Now, the cool thing about this is I could add a focus area to this goal. This would be maybe my energy because I know it's going to help with my energy. I could set a due date and I could actually link this to other plans. So if I have a plan that I want to link this to, I can do that. I can add a milestone to this and then there we go. Now I have a run a marathon in Napa, California. And that's a really simple goal. Now, this is your growth profile. This is, and what I was saying earlier is this is really helpful when you just need a single place to store your life goals and the things that you're doing. Now, there's also other ways, and I want to show you that right now. What we'll do is we'll work through each of these pillars and just make sure. I think Adam, I answered your question already, and Lydia asked yours as well. Okay, cool. We're caught up. All right. So now what I want you to do is follow me over. We can go over to the journal. Now, the journal on mobile app, mobile and web, the functionality is both the same on mobile and web. But if you're moving through and you're trying to journal on the go, I want to show you a couple really quick pro tips of using the journal. Now, I just showed you a little bit of it when I was at the creating the goals, but you can click the dictation here. Let's just say you don't know what to write. You come into your journal, and typically at the end of the day or the beginning of the day, I'm journaling about, okay, how am I feeling? Today is going to be a great day. I'm excited about this workshop. I'm excited about it's raining, but even though it's raining here in Napa, I'm going to push through and get some awesome exercising in. I'm just reflecting. I could talk that out. You could do that just by clicking this microphone here in the bottom right. Now, if you don't know what to write about, then you can just go into, say, morning mindset. So morning mindset is going to give you a series of questions that you can answer. So one thing I get excited about today is my weekly workshop with the community. And I can go to the next one. One word that would describe the kind of person that I want to be today. I want to be confident and motivated. So I've already broke the rules, right? It said one thing, but I'm going to give you two. And there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's just like participating in that. Someone who needs me on my A game today. My team my wife, and my son. A situation that might stress me out or trip up, I have to do a lot of writing, editing, and producing today. So I need to make sure that after I finish this growth group that I go edit this video and stay focused, don't get distracted. I'm going to do that today. You can see how you can just start using this as a really quick reflection tool. And then someone I could gift the surprise, I'm going to message my buddy. There we go. One action that I could take to demonstrate excellence or real value is I want to make sure that in the rest of my meetings today that I'm taking the best notes and I'm following up on those notes and I'm creating a plan so that I can prepare my next week and set it up for success. Next, one thing that I could do today that's a little outside of my comfort zone, I'm going to create some fun social media content that's going to promote Growth Day and it's going to help people learn how to use the tool. I'm going to do that. If I was a high performance coach looking at my life from a high level, I would tell myself that you have what it takes to get to that next level. Stick to the plan, stay disciplined, stay consistent, focus on what matters most. The big projects that I have that keep makers, little creators, Growth Day 3.0, big projects, things that you're working for. These are all things that they mean something to me and I'm just talking them out loud. So you can see you could just do this and you're already building so much high intention from doing this. I would know that today was a great success if at the end of the day I felt like that I did what I said I was going to do, and that I'm ready to crush my Friday finishers for tomorrow. So I need to have a list of all my Friday finishers ready to go by tomorrow. So I wrote it out. I can submit it. And now you just saw me go through and help me work through my morning mindset journal. Now I can see my journal, I can view that, or I could even watch some recommended content from the platform that it's suggesting to me. So you have that ability. This is a pretty powerful, very simple UX design. So you can go through and you can even go to your growth prompts. And if you don't like the growth prompts, you can just tap it again and a new growth prompt will show up every time you click that. On web, it's a lot faster. But it's a really simple way to go through this. So I hope that helps you understand how to use the journal, how to get the most out of it. There's also a search. So if you did have keywords and other things you wanted, if you were searching for something, you have a ritual of writing every week. If you have like little keywords in your journal entry, you can always search those journal keywords later just by going to search. And you can see what the entry looks like here. It's a really simple entry. And I just do want you to know you can add images, you can add more text. We are going to be improving this too, so that you can even, if we have a daily prompt with the community, you could share what your reflection is about that daily prompt. So we're working towards that too, and that's coming soon. You have your community access at the top. You also have your notifications. So that's the journal. We have a plan. So this week, I've had a lot of things that are going on. We're moving things forward. So I've been using like these daily plans to keep me on track. And when I was going through, I was thinking about, I'm not going to click into each of these, but I had some big things that I needed to do like on Monday where I had a couple big calls that I had to do to about my car or about my RV or different things that I needed to do. And I put them inside my Monday list. And then I had a bigger list because we have this big giant product review that we do on Mondays. I'm mentally preparing for it. I'm thinking about all the things I need to prepare for it ahead of time, and I can use the plan to be able to put those things to help me prepare. So then when I have that meeting, I can literally have this open and just make sure that I'm going through each of the big items that I have for that meeting. That's one way that you can use the plan tool. Another thing that you can do is I even had a playbook like that I've designed and I've worked through over the last 4 years. And this playbook, I have different ways of explaining it and how it goes through. So I have literally like all the training maps, all the different things that I go through. And what I was going to be doing was this simple plan is just a way for me to organize that intention and organize that process and that workflows. You can also have a Friday finishers just for February that I keep updated. On this Friday finishers, by the end of Friday, I will finish the following task. I will show up courageous, creative, inspired, and finish this week strong. Number one, I need to tap into my highest product design and business priorities. So I need to finish these things. I need to advance these things. I need to finish this help center that we're working on for all of you. So it's an example of how you could use the tool. I also have like different things that I'm doing with setting up with a team and working through different areas of that. I have even examples of one-on-ones I'm having with my team where I like, there's okay, because this is changing every week, right? There's new things that are coming. So when I'm thinking about my plan, I'm thinking about the things that will happen every single week and the things that will happen every day. And I'm using the tool to be able to help me stay on track of those intentional sessions that I'm going to be having with my team so that I'm prepared for it. So I'm ready for it. I know what's coming. And you can use it for any of those things. Inside of here, you can even set up like recurring messages. So even if your due date's old, you can go in and just clear it. You can pick a new due date. I could just delete it. And then I could set a new reminder, a new due date. But the thing that I really like about this is I can set a reminder just to get reminded about this like every day, every hour, and it's super easy. And then I could come in here and if there's 5 different things I need to design or work through this week, I could just add those, set a reminder for it, and then I get reminded about it every day to build that habit. Inside the plan tool, there's also this thing called reminders. So if you want to click the at the very top of the app, there's this icon for it's like a alarm clock. You can come in here and set individual reminders so that if you just want to get reminded to drink more water or do something sweet for your partner, do something sweet for your kid. Just any of those elements, like you can get reminded about it every single day. We send you a push notification. So you get those every single day. Then we have these life scores. The life scores are fun because you can do daily, weekly, and whole life assessments. So I already showed you the daily habits, was showing you. So I'm 10 days I got to get on this. I got to get on this. So I need to do this score. And if I was to do this, it would basically be asking me like 1 to 5, how am I progressing across energy, necessity, productivity, influence, courage. These are all the high performance habits. So really great ways to get a reflection. So if you want to get reminders, if you're on web, you can go to the plan tool and then there's a button that says reminders at the bottom. Or if you're in the plan, what you would do is you would just go to the little icon at the very top, right next to the notification. It's a little alarm clock. That's going to be your reminder entry point. So I click that entry point and then I'm there. And if I want to add a new one, I can just hit that plus. So that's your plan. That's your life scores, right? We need to do these things on a regular basis to be able to just track our progress. And the cool thing about this is if you're on web, you'll see a more of a chart because there's more real estate on web, right? You can see a little bit differently. So I want to encourage you to check that out too. Now let's keep going to learn. And then I'm going to actually come out of sharing and to see if there's any other questions. We have about 10 minutes left. And I know there's a lot of you here today. If you have a question, you haven't asked it yet, use this time in the next 10 minutes to formulate your question, write it down in your notes, and then paste it into the chat so we can make sure that we chat and support you on this. You could also DM me directly inside of the community if you just want to keep it private and just do a direct message to me. Just search for Drew Bridewell and you can see all my past posts, all my activity, and all the things inside of the community as well. Just want to make sure that you're feeling supported here today and you spent the time to be here. So let's amplify that. Let's make sure that you're confident, cool, and ready to take your growth to the next level in Growth Day, right? We're just finishing February strong. We're going to head into March and crush it next month. And we can do that by just being able to support each other. So here I'm in a live event in which you can see I'm live. I could, if I wanted to literally walk around my block or walk around my neighborhood and be in a growth group with you and walk in, I could do that. And I'd be like, hey, what's up? What's up? We could do that sort of thing with the phone because you can still host from your phone. You can schedule a growth group. If you do, this is going to be really, it's probably going to blow your mind. But if you're scheduling a growth group, we have templates that you can, if you don't know what to talk about. Now, I think one of our secret sauces when you're at a live event is you get to experience these breakout rooms in person. We do these breakout rooms and we've used a lot of these the way that we format those questions inside of these agenda templates. So if you don't know how to facilitate a growth group, you can literally use these frameworks right here and then just follow the structure. Like, all right, for wellness habits, you can have all 8 of the people that show up, or if it's 4 people in your growth group, you come through and you can talk about, okay, hey, everybody, nice to meet you today. What we're going to be doing is talking about wealth habits. And what I'd love to do is just learn from each of you and we'll go around the circle and share. Everybody will be up on screen and you can be like, what habits help you stay healthy mentally, emotionally, and physically? Maybe you don't know. Maybe you need support. That's what growth groups is all about. You can learn from other people and grow with other people. There's so many good topics here to do this. We do this for our internal all hands and events. So that one thing that we always talk about is like one thing we're grateful for, one project or advancement that we're looking forward to in our team. What's one thing we actually need help with or we're struggling with that we need could ask for a little bit of help. And then the last one typically is what's one thing that we could do to help elevate the brand, make the product better, make the experience better, and share those ideas. We do that pretty much all in all our all hands. And growth groups is a great experience to be able to share those ideas and that content. Is it going to be possible to get back and watch this meeting again later? If you're talking about this meeting and this growth group right now, I post these replays inside the community so that you can just go and check out my previous past post and you'll be able to watch this because I'll just put it and get it edited for you and we can get you to be able to watch this later. So we have our growth groups, right? We have the Learn pillar has growth groups and the community growth groups. Like you can see all the growth groups from our individuals that are in the platform. And then you can also go check out the course library. This is our signature course, High Performance Habit Builder. Just this content, we usually unlock the first video or the first lesson inside of the courses. So you go check out that out. You can learn more about it. And then we have all these really incredible courses. If I go down to courses, I can go to the view all, and then I can just see everything that we've ever created. And I can be able to sort by those audio or video. And we add courses to the platform all the time. And there's quite a bit of content for you if you're a mastery member. So that's the tool. Like, let's go. There's so much to learn here and so much. How can you get to past posts? Let me just show you really quick on web. On mobile with community, actually here. Let's do it really quick. Mobile, you could just go to let's see here. For mobile, you would just have to scroll down and find me because there isn't like a search bar. But if you see the inbox, you could hit inbox and then you could literally just find me, just do a direct message and say, Drew Bride, find me there, and you can just message me. So today we went through the growth loop. We went through all the plans and experiences, and something that actually I have to show you because I want you all to be able to benefit from this. And it's something that too, there's so many bells and whistles in the product experience. I just have to share this with you. So if you enjoy Growth Day, which I hope you do, I hope you get the most out of it. It's changed so many people's lives. It's changed my life in so many ways. But if you benefit from it and you want to be able to earn from it, then you can get a 25% commission when you share your a referral link. So what is a referral program? Like a referral program is just if you like something, you can share a link and when people sign up, you get paid for it. You can go in and add your PayPal email address. And then once you do that, you can grab a referral link and copy this and share this with somebody that maybe wants to sign up or you're talking to them about it. You can share this link and get paid and it will track your steps. So how many people come in, like how many people sign up from it. And it's just really a cool program if you want to do that. The other really cool thing about this is if you want to gift growth day to somebody, you can buy them a pro annual, pro monthly subscription or a mastery subscription. You can gift it to them if you want them to have it. And then also, like I showed you notes, it showed you, oh yeah. And of course, if you have questions, we're here for you. You can come in on Thursdays and ask questions with me and Lauren, or you can go click feedback and just ask the question so our support team can support you in getting your questions answered, which it's okay. There's always some questions. And I know you're probably like, hey, Drew, I see a search bar in your navigation. And that's because a search is coming to the product. You'll be seeing this probably in the next couple of weeks. If you're part of the beta team for this, you might see it, you might not, but we're rolling out a search. And I think you're going to love this. So when you come in and search confidence, you're going to be able to see a search result of all the content for confidence. We're working through this. I think you're going to absolutely love it. And it's going to help you be able to find content so much faster. We have a huge library. It's just really exciting and incredible work that the team is doing. And yeah, I don't want to give too much away, but it's coming. It's going to be fire. And that also is going to include something too that I think is going to blow your socks off, which is Brendan AI that is literally, you can have Brendan's coaching experience if you're a mastery member. So you're going to want that mastery membership once you see how incredible this is. It's like talking to Brendan. It's like having him at your desk anytime you need it or on your phone to ask him questions. It's really incredible. So, how can you contact tech support? Some links Sprint courses are not clickable. So, I think some courses not being clickable, it depends on where you're coming from. If you're clicking on it from an email, the best thing that you can do is email support@growthday.com. Make sure you include a screenshot of the problem you're facing. Make sure that you include some detailed description of what actually the problem you're facing, where you click that link, because a link could come from anywhere. Be descriptive about where the link came. If you're in the app and you can't access it, then that's probably not common. But if you're clicking on a link from an email and you're trying to come into the product, you obviously need to be signed into the product to have that deep link work. But let us know what those questions are, and we'll help you out. Definitely looking forward to it. And there's another couple questions. We'll get these things answered here. Let's see here. Is the ticket to a Growth Day live event offered in both Pro and Mastery memberships? Yes. If you sign up for a membership, yes, you can get a Growth Day LA ticket. Growth Day Live, that event is going to be different. That's like its own another whole conference. Wait for more news for that Austin event. But for LA, if you haven't yet claimed your ticket, make sure you check your email or email support@growthday.com to see if you qualify to be able to get in there, and we'll look you up. So y'all, we spent the whole entire time. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was beneficial. Thank you so much for being here. Y'all are awesome for being here on a Thursday, rainy Napa morning. Oh my gosh, it's pouring outside. I don't know if you can hear it. I don't think you probably can, but you guys, I cannot wait to also meet you in one of our live events as we come through. And is this year is going to be just an incredible year for all of us. We're finishing the year strong. We're going to have an awesome Q1 finish. I want to encourage you to get to your plans. I want to encourage you to get to your journal, like start using the tool, and let's just stay connected. Come back on Thursdays if you have more questions, and we're going to take it to the next level this year, y'all. So have a beautiful rest of your day. And yeah, I'm going to send you out. Have a beautiful rest of the day. I'll be in chat for a couple of minutes if you have any more questions, but I'm going to send you out with some music. All right. See ya. Bye.